It's Ian Morgan, now Grindle, and to the far wing, Peter Codd was there as quickly for Penarth as was Cliff Hillman for Ebbw Vale. And Penarth leading by 3 points to nil, a penalty goal. 25 minutes gone in the first half, played just inside the Penarth 25. McLucas going back through his forwards, touching them inadvertently and putting them offside, so a scrum. Ebbw Vale lining up for attack. Turner collects. Grindle. A nice inside scissors to Arthur Lewis. A chance here. This is Tovey, who fails to collect, knocks on in the process. And the referee there to see it. So a scrum. Three-nil Penarth lead. Ebbw Vale pressing. Struthers. A safe one into touch and play almost up to the 25. And it'll be Gareth Davis to throw into the line-out. In the front of the line-out for Ebbw Vale is their hooker, Les Greenslade. And we watch for the jump. Peter Moyle is standing number 4 in the line-out for Ebbw Vale. But they've gone to the back to Ian Morgan. And it's Gareth Howells now. A powering run. He's kept his feet, and it's Turner now. This should be a chance because on the outside is Arthur Lewis. He went on the outside of his wing, and Ebbw Vale still keeping the ball going well. Now a change of direction should give him a chance. This is Tovey, Ian Morgan, Barry Edwards, and Gareth Davis. Gareth Davis just held short of the line. So Ebbw Vale pressing on the Penarth line. 3-0 Penarth lead. 28 minutes gone in this first half. And that's a good way to clear your line if the throw is straight, but the throw wasn't straight. So it'll be a scrum, and this will certainly give an advantage to Ebbw Vale. Ebbw Vale pressing. Glenn Turner for Ebbw Vale. And the lineup at the Ebbw Vale back suggests that it'll be the centres going. Grindle, Tovey, Arthur Lewis, Barry Edwards into the line, making the extra man, but well tackled. And Penarth are over there very quickly indeed. Is Turner to start a counter run. They're losing ground rapidly. And Penarth coming out of defence very well indeed with their hooker leading them. And Penarth have cleared their line very well indeed. Ten yards outside the 25, the Penarth 25, McLucas for Penarth, who lead by 3 points to nil, a penalty by Woodham. John Wintle. Burly Bill Wilton, and he kept his feet very well indeed, but it's Arthur Lewis coming away. Now it's Ian Morgan and Peter Moyle for Ebbw Vale. Grindle changing the direction of the attack to Turner. Barry Edwards. And a good tackle there by the Penarth number 8, that's Alan Watts. And still coming away with it, Peter Eastwood. Gareth Howells supporting. He appeared to knock on if he attempted to pick up, but the referee's right on the spot to see. And it's Turner for Ebbw Vale. Ebbw Vale heel. Greenslade's got the ball for them and is holding. And a penalty to Ebbw Vale for offside. And Barry Edwards is coming up to take this penalty attempt. And the distance, it's on the 25-yard line, but about 10 yards in from touch, so it's 35 yards. This is Barry Edwards after just over 30 minutes play. 3-0 the score to Penarth. This penalty will level it if it goes over. And it doesn't go over, and they fight again. McLucas touches down for a minor. Penarth dropping out, Woodham quickly, and Grindle lying back in defence, and Arthur Lewis on the outside. Grindle still in possession, looking for Gareth Davis, who couldn't hold the pass and knocked on. And this will now be a penalty to Penarth for putting the boot in, 10 yards further for disputing the referee's decision. And Woodham putting that well and truly into touch. And Gareth Davis it'll be for Ebbw Vale, the top try scorer, 14 tries this season and 1 near miss this afternoon so far. And it's Turner getting away very quickly at top speed, linking with Tubby. And Hillman outside, good handling this by Ebbw Vale, return pass to Tubby, but another good tackle by Edwards and a counter-attack by Penarth. And Penarth showing plenty of spirit and fight this afternoon. And play halfway between the halfway line and the Ebbw Vale 25. Penarth leading. 32 minutes gone in the first half. A penalty to Penarth, the only scorer of the game. A penalty this time, however, to Ebbw Vale. And the taker of the penalty, Barry Edwards. Not finding touch. An awkward one. Player's gone back into the 25, it's Peter Codd, and that didn't find touch. Howells misfired, that's Ian Morgan. And Arthur Lewis now playing Gareth Davis, a good tackle by Alan Jones, sending him backwards, and Penarth are away again. And this is Turner having to hair back to save the day and take the ball. He's not taking it into touch. Rather a risky thing that, but the ball not in touch, and it's the scrum half McLucas kicking towards the open. And just over kicking, Grindle now. Well, fine running this, and there's Hillman outside, but he dodges one man. Now he has a chance to link up, and again it's a failure to take a pass. Referee sensibly allows play to go on. This is Davis, the hooker, and again this is number 8 forward Alan Watts, the hooker again. He loves the game, obviously. Game to run. It's a true spirit of amateur football. Woodham, Wintle going hard, looking for support, and a very fine play indeed by Penarth. They surely score here, and it's a score by the front row forward, Gwyn Prescott, after a fine burst of sustained play by Penarth. And all credit to the Seaside team. They've looked like scoring, and now they've done it after about 10 players have handled. 6-0 the score at the moment. And thus in an unexpected position. It's a long time since Penarth have been leading a first-class Welsh side by 6 points to 0, but that's just what they're doing at the moment. And there's still a conversion attempt to come, and this is fairly near the touchline for Woodham. So after nearly 35 minutes, a penalty goal by Woodham and a try by Prescott. Penarth leading 6-0, and Ebbw Vale looking a little bewildered. Woodham for Penarth. A heavy ball now, no conversion, the score still 6 points to 0, Penarth lead. And Ebbw Vale must be looking now for a better effort from their forwards, because the backs have certainly found some gaps, but Penarth covering have kept them out. But in the forwards, it's only been noticeable, only the back row of Morgan and Evans have been noticeable. Now it's Grindle to drop out. Davis under it. This is Ken Davis, the policeman, former Maesteg player, who marked that. Ken Davis for Penarth. And the referee's decision brings a scrum. He didn't kick through the mark, so a scrum and Ebbw Vale ball. Turner. And Edwards failing to hold it for Penarth. Struthers going back, and Peter Codd now. Peter Codd, a good clearance for Penarth. Very confident play. And just over 3 minutes to half-time, Penarth leading 6-0, an unexpected score, but all credit to them for it, they deserve it. Knocked back by Moyle. Turner can't break the tackle. Grindle, Tubby, well tackled again. This is a feature of the Penarth play. They've tackled very well indeed. And the referee's whistle, offside against the hooker of Penarth, Wyn Davies, and a penalty to Ebbw Vale. And Barry Edwards is going to try this penalty. Just in front of the 10-yard line he makes his mark. That makes the distance 45 yards. With 2 minutes for half-time, Penarth leading 6-0. This is Barry Edwards for Ebbw Vale from 45 yards. A mighty kick, but wide of the upright, and Penarth hold their lead. And Woodham for Penarth to drop out. Arthur Lewis. Barry Edwards outside him. It's Graham Evans, Gareth Davis with a foot in touch. The touch set his flag up a shade early, but nevertheless his foot was over. Ten yards outside the Penarth 25. Alan Jones, captain of Penarth, into the line-out. Taken by Eastwood. Outstanding in the line-out for Ebbw Vale. Grindle across to Tubby. Tubby trying to make the half-break. The ball has gone loose and Peter Codd is there. Almost on half-time now. Play on the Ebbw Vale 10-yard line. Peter Codd into the line-out for Penarth. Plenty of ball from the line-out for Ebbw Vale. Turner to Grindle. Arthur Lewis can't hold, but a dribble on by Arthur Lewis. Still in possession. Very useful. Arthur Lewis now collecting. There's a try on here, and Arthur Lewis is scoring for Ebbw Vale. Arthur Lewis scoring his 14th try of the season has reduced the deficit. The score 6-3, Penarth lead. And Arthur Lewis, who this season has got through as far as the final trial and has been playing very well, and is of course the captain of the Ebbw Vale club, is delighted to get his side slightly within reach of the Penarth team. And 6-3 Penarth lead at the moment, and a conversion attempt from Barry Edwards to come. And Barry Edwards had scored 97 points this season. Hopes to get his 100 in this match. The wind is against him, but the distance should be no difficulty. It's accuracy that counts. And that's a good, clean kick. And just failing to reach the bar. So that the score remains at Penarth 6, Ebbw Vale 3. And we're almost on half-time. And Woodham to restart for Penarth. Clearing the 10-yard line, so that's the first hurdle. Williams went clear there, looking remarkably like Denzel as he did so. John Winthrop. Woodham trying to find a gap in the middle. Well supported there by Edwards. Alan Jones, a readjustment perhaps. And play inside the 25, but it's all Ebbw Vale there. First, all the forwards first. and a penalty to Penarth for handling back from the ruck. And this is a fine example of Penarth backing up and supporting a good run in which a forward handled as well as the three-quarter. Alan Jones went hard and was then supported by his forwards. So Woodham with, well, a minute of injury time gone in this first half, and Penarth leading by 6 points to 3 has a good chance to put his side further ahead, supported by a following wind, and the distance 35 yards. And in the Penarth side this afternoon, it's been noticeable that the backs have run with a great deal of confidence, and the forwards are not a bit overawed by the fact that they're up against a side lying 6th in the unofficial championship. They've gone well. The only place that they've had to yield to Ebbw Vale, I think, has been in the line-out, where Peter Eastwood has been doing some excellent work for Ebbw Vale. But we're waiting now for Woodham. 6-3 to Penarth, and Woodham with a chance to make it 9-3. Slicing, an awkward one unless it's fielded well, as it is by Eastwood. Asked for a mark, but the referee says no, and the referee whistle as the ball comes to the Penarth side, a scrum and Ebbw Vale ball. And Penarth, who've been doing very much more of the attacking than Ebbw Vale, are almost on the Ebbw Vale line. Grindle's safe pair of hands. Not a good kick. Struthers fields a chance for a drop goal. And onside everybody now because it was touched by an Ebbw Vale player, and it's Ian Morgan who puts it into touch as the half-time whistle goes, with Penarth deservedly leading by 6 points to 3, a penalty and a try to a try. Barry Edwards to restart for Ebbw Vale, who are 6 points to 3 down. And Barry Edwards with the wind behind him, making the most of it to kick deep. Fullback, centre Woodham fielding, and a nice touch found too. Plenty of confidence in this Penarth side now. Play inside their half on the 10-yard line, and Gareth Davis for Ebbw Vale to put into the line-out. Penarth holding on, but Ebbw Vale wait, pushing over. And Peter Moyle going in there for Ebbw Vale, and a penalty to Ebbw Vale. Failure to play the ball gives a penalty chance, I should think, to Barry Edwards from this distance. And the distance of this kick, 45 yards, as it's just short of the 10-yard line and some distance in from the touchline. 6-3 the score, remember, Penarth leading. Barry Edwards the kicker, 97 points this season, 251 last. And this is quite a critical kick, because Ebbw Vale are rather desperate against the most tenacious Penarth side. Has he got the length? Just short again, and 6-3 the score remains. Penarth still lead. And it's Woodham. Howell's knocking forward. Referee was there to see it. Scrum just outside the Penarth 25. And the back row forward for Ebbw Vale, Ian Morgan, is limping slightly. He may reduce his pace a little, but it's a Penarth ball to McLucas on his own 25. And offside against Ebbw Vale, penalty to Penarth. This will clear their line for them. And it's Woodham coming across to take this penalty. A good, steady, safe game is Woodham. 4 minutes of the second half gone. 6-3 the lead to Penarth. And Turner coming away very quickly indeed. Very elusive and fast runner, Turner. And Graham Evans was there in support, and the hooker Greenslade backing up, but a knock forward in the meantime. Ebbw Vale very much on the attack. They've got the supporting wind, but it's Alan Jones for Penarth, the captain, to put into the line-out. And it seemed to be held by Penarth, and indeed it coming away is Bryn Davies, but it's the full-back Barry Edwards trying to find Arthur Lewis, who goes rather strangely into the centre, but managing to get away very well. A fine piece of running by Lewis. Looked to be a forward pass, but Turner was there. And almost onto the Penarth line. The referee well in position to see, and a scrum it'll be. Five minutes gone in the second half, and Penarth desperately defending now. McLucas for Penarth. When this ball is heeled, it'll be over the Penarth line, so he's got to be pretty slippy about it. They're trying for a pushover. They managed to get the ball back to Struthers. Struthers did well to get clear of the attacker then, and play now halfway between the goal line and the Penarth 25. And interesting in the Ebbw Vale pack today, Denzel Williams not playing, but his brother Bernard, the first game this season for the first team. He's been out with an injury. He is number 5 in the Ebbw Vale pack. Turner, Grindle, Tubby a dummy. Well covered by Penarth. Woodham looked to be a forward pass, and was. So a scrum then inside the 25. The danger to Penarth, I feel, is in the performance at centre of Arthur Lewis, their captain, who has been a trialist this season and a very competent centre indeed, perhaps lacking that extra yard of pace. Wintle, an under 15 cap Wintle, and later a youth cap, at present a policeman. And in the Penarth side, Mike Edwards at number 5 has been doing a good bit of jumping, a former youth player, and Keith Edwards at the back, number 7. But it's Turner now taking an awkward ball. A good bit of running from McLucas. Forced into touch inside the Ebbw Vale half, and Penarth are coming back into the game. Seven minutes gone in the second half, 6-3 the score. Turner, Grindle. And Peter Codd can't get that, and the ball is in touch. Peter Codd for Penarth. Well done by Ken Davis, but not an offside surely against Ebbw Vale, and indeed it is. And Peter Codd it is this time to take the kick the distance, 45 yards, and I do remember seeing him take the odd kick for Maesteg. 12 minutes gone in the second half, 6-3 the score, a penalty goal and a try to a try, and Peter Codd for Penarth to try from 45 yards. A good kick, but swirling away, and the score remains at 6-3. Penarth must be very heartened as Grindle drops out, and a man in front, easily in front, gives a scrum to Penarth on the Ebbw Vale 25, a good attacking position. Penarth, I say, must be very heartened by their performance this afternoon. There's plenty of spirit, and their defence has only been broached once. McLucas for Penarth. And this time trying to go blindside, but well tackled. Ken Davis smuggled that ball away. Bryn Davis. Then Erskine. And a penalty to Ebbw Vale. Barry Edwards from within his 25, kicking for touch. (6-3) Penarth lead, unexpectedly but deservedly. And the halfway line, Peter Codd for Penarth. Quarter of an hour gone in the second half. Knocked back by Eastwood rather. And Struthers waiting for the bounce, having to receive a tackle. And Ebbw Vale are very quickly there indeed, as Howells using his weight, as Les Greenslade as well. And play on the Penarth 25. Ebbw Vale on the attack with Turner to put in, and heeled very well indeed by Ebbw Vale. A controlled heel. Grindle, long time since we've seen him. Arthur Lewis, the inside pass. This is dangerous. And supported by Graham Evans. And Grindle accidentally offside there, means that there's a scrum again on the Penarth 25. 16 minutes gone. Ebbw Vale on the attack, but Penarth leading by 6 points to 3. McLucas for Penarth. Quarter of an hour gone in the second half, and Penarth holding on now. McLucas for Penarth just outside his own 25. Wintle. And nicely into touch from Wintle, taking play up to the 10-yard line. Very competent performance by Penarth this afternoon. Alan Jones, captain of Penarth, to put in. At least one knock on there, but it's away it comes to Turner. Inside pass to Morgan. Howells, Turner again, Grindle. Arthur Lewis seeking to go back into the middle and doing it. Woodham. It's Mike Edwards rather, and Ken Davis there with him to cover. Ebbw Vale looking dangerous now. And that pass didn't go to hand, and that really was Woodham that time. Alan Jones a little over-eager. Referee saying play on. Ten yards outside the Penarth 25. Ebbw Vale crowding the pressure now. Alan Jones for Penarth. Nicely fed back by Howells, and it's Grindle trying to go inside Wintle. Now it's Barry Edwards. And where are the forwards? That's Ian Morgan going up, the bearded man under it, and instead it's Mike Edwards for Penarth who collects. And so far Penarth have seemed proof against almost any attacking ploy that Ebbw Vale mount. "18 minutes gone, and Penarth coming away. McLucas for touch, finding a good touch, and 6-3 the score remains. And in the Ebbw Vale forwards, there's number 2, the hooker in the front, but it's Turner collecting what was not a straight throw, and there'll be a scrum for 2 Penarth. The Penarth back row shone this afternoon. Keith Edwards, number 7, has been a star for them. He's come up through their youth, so he's a promising player. And it's McLucas. And he has to keep the ball in field. It's Hillman for Ebbw Vale. Now there's a chance to open up. Has he the speed? Okay, Arthur Lewis, who likes this track of the scissors move, if he's supported by Graham Evans, Williams, Bernard Williams, Denzel's brother, and it looked a forward pass, but the referee is there to see, and there's a chance now for Ebbw Vale. 3 men over. Must be a try here, I think, and it is number 7, Ian Morgan, scoring an equalising try for Ebbw Vale. Ian Morgan, former Abertillery forward, the score 6 points all after 20 minutes of the second half. And Ian Morgan must be rather pleased with that. He's been doing a lot of backing up, but his handling has not been terribly good until this last moment where he took that vital pass. A good combined move. And Ebbw Vale having drawn level at 6 points all. It's Barry Edwards to see whether he can convert this, which would of course put them in the lead. He's failed, and the score is 6 points all, and the big question now is, can Penarth last out? The Penarth line, 6 all the score, and just over 10 minutes left for play. Peter Codd into the line out, 6 all the score, and that floating away in the wind. The referee says that'll be a scrum, 15 yards in, and a chance here of course for Ebbw Vale because it's their put in. Turner for Ebbw Vale. And a penalty because that was handled back in the scrum. And a chance here surely for Ebbw Vale. A quick one. Grindle couldn't hold, and the chance has gone begging. And what a waste of a penalty that was. Slap heavy handling. Penarth holding on grimly now, 6 all the score. McLucas for Penarth, 10 yards from his own line. A good wheel by Penarth, but Turner coming away. Turner, a very dodgy runner. Barry Edwards trying to get in the corner, and again a very earth-shaking tackle, this time by Struthers, the fullback. Penarth holding out, 6 all the score. Ebbw Vale crowding the pressure. Well taken at the back of the line out for Penarth by Edwards, and offside against Ebbw Vale. A penalty Penarth. Woodham to kick. Very good kick indeed, didn't waste a yard, and play now outside the Penarth 25. Barry Edwards throwing a long one, not straight in this wind, it's very difficult to control it, and 15-yard scrum it'll be. Ten minutes left for play, and very gallant work by Penarth on their 25, 6 all the score. McLucas for Penarth. Healed by Penarth, and a good wheel. And McLucas comes away. He's a chunky sort of scrum half in the Templeman mould. 5 yards outside the 25 now. A lot of loose play, and it'll be another scrum. And number 4 in the Ebbw Vale pack, Peter Eastwood, has done a lot of good work in the line-out. As packing down with him is Bernard Williams, that's Denzel's younger brother, at number 5. Number 7, a try scorer for Ebbw Vale, Ian Morgan. And the number 8 forward, Peter Moyle. And it's Turner, number 9, to put in. Scrum half, that's Grindle, Mike Grindle. And Arthur Lewis handed off Woodham there, and this should be a try on. There's a man over, there's Gareth Davis trying to cut inside for his 15th try. Ebbw Vale are there, but so and noticeably is Alan Jones, who went very quickly down to that maul, although he's a right wing, to try and compress that attack. And 5 yards from the Penarth line, Ebbw Vale have it. Turner trying to get into the middle. Tubby, Arthur Lewis going strongly. This is surely a try, and Cliff Hillman has scored for Ebbw Vale, making the score 9-6. A just reward for some very fine and consistent back play by the Ebbw Vale three-quarters. 9-6 Ebbw Vale lead, the conversion to come. Barry Edwards unsuccessful so far this afternoon on 97 points so far, and that's still not his 100. 9-6 then, Ebbw Vale lead, and there's only 7 minutes left for play, and a lot of the local partisans shouting on the Penarth crowd, the Penarth side. They've done very well indeed this afternoon. Ebbw Vale just that much more polished. And Woodham, Kevin Woodham for Penarth to restart. And Glyn Turner inside his 25. And a good touch there. 6 minutes left for play in the second half, with Ebbw Vale now leading 9. Keith Edwards rather, coming away. And play up to the 10-yard line. Penarth have got just 7 minutes plus a little bit of injury time to try and get on terms. McLucas for Penarth. And very well hemmed in there, because Turner advanced to cut off the pass, and a penalty to Ebbw Vale. And the distance this time, a good 45 yards, but Barry Edwards is going to try instead for touch. And at this stage, I wonder whether Edwards might not have been better to try for the goal, because there's a stiff breeze behind him. Anyway, 9-6, and Peter Codd 10 yards inside his own 25. This time knocked back clumsily to Penarth, and Ebbw Vale very much offside in that line-out. Away they come. Woodham taking play out of his 25, upfield. Halfway between the halfway line and the Penarth 25. Ebbw Vale leading. Gareth Howells coming with a charging run. Supported very well by Peter Moyle, but an interception by Wintle. And another interception by Tubby. And supported by Peter Moyle again. And this time Bernard Williams, who lost the ball after shaking a tackle. Alan Jones coming away. And a fine run there. And it's Cliff Hillman in his own 25 with time to pick up and kick for touch, but Penarth are not dead yet by a long shot. Just 5 minutes left for play, and what a turn-up it would be if Penarth came back into the game now. 9-6 they're down, and play inside the Penarth 25. 5 minutes left then, and Alan Jones to try a quick one, but the referee decided that didn't go the required distance. You're coming around to the front of the line to see just what's happening. This time in Ebbw Vale ball, Gareth Davis. Taken very well by Eastwood in the line out. And Alan Jones, captain of Penarth, seeing his team lead 6-3 and then be pulled back at 6-all, now 9-6 trailing. Just a little bit of steam gone out of the Penarth side perhaps, as Ebbw Vale running backs have run them all over the field. Arthur Lewis in particular has been the prime mover and the tactician behind the scrum. And it's significantly Ebbw Vale who are gaining ground, even though the ball comes away to Penarth, to Wintle, to Woodham. And Arthur Lewis there in position to intercept. Peter Codd. And Graham Evans well on the ball, but so well on the ball that it's a penalty to Penarth. And the question now arises whether we're going to try a penalty, and from this distance Peter Codd is going to attempt. And the distance indeed is some 40 yards with a heavy ball. An interested spectator today, Denzel Williams in last week's Welsh team of course, and suffering from a chill today. And the condition now, Peter Codd with a chance to put his side level from 40 yards. With 2 minutes of proper time left, plus time allowed for injuries and extra time. But Peter Codd, it's on him, Penarth's fate depends. And that's The ball is just too heavy for kicks at this distance. Barry Edwards' return kick into the open field. And some confusion there, and unfortunately Erskine makes his full-back knock-on. So players up to the halfway line, and Ebbw Vale breathe again and indeed must feel in control of the match at this stage. It's only a breakaway by an individual player from Penarth now that can put their side level, because as a combined team, Ebbw Vale are definitely superior. Turner away. Grindle, Arthur Lewis. Barry Edwards is alongside for the pass, but that kick into touch loses ground, and Arthur Lewis rather disgusted with himself. And it's Peter Codd to put in, inside his own half, 9-6, and into the line-out. There's a signal coming from the Penarth hooker, tells him exactly where to put that ball, which is short, and Bernard Williams it was who knocked back for Ebbw Vale. Ken Davis doing a lot of hard work there in the Penarth pack, number 4 in the Penarth pack. And 9-6 with time coming just up to the 40 minutes of the second half. A very close and keen game this has been, with some very good running indeed. And smuggled away by Morgan for Ebbw Vale. Turner. Struthers coming up, full tilt. And Struthers very gallantly riding 2 tackles before being propelled into touch. And it is surely the Ebbw Vale ball, I would have thought. But Penarth is allowed. Not straight, but away we come. Howells on the floor with the ball. A scrum, Penarth ball. Well, we're into injury time now, and it's 9-6 to Ebbw Vale, who are attacking. They're on the Penarth 10-yard line. So there's got to be something desperate from Penarth now. McLucas for them. They heel. Wintle. Along to Woodham. Woodham to Alan Jones. This is a useful one if he can get away from the first tackle. Alan Jones still going, still on his feet. Very strong piece of work, but it's Turner on the halfway line with Ian Morgan, the wing forward, outside him, now inside him. And this is a chance for Hillman. Very smooth runner. Return pass which could not be held by Turner. And Hillman this time has gone to ground with a very heavy tackle. And play inside the Penarth 25 with just injury time ticking away now, and 9-6 the score to Ebbw Vale. They've scored 3 tries with Arthur Lewis, Ian Morgan and Cliff Hillman scoring, to a penalty goal by Woodham and a try, and that's a penalty to Penarth for offside. Now Wintle and now Woodham taking a play almost to the halfway line, 10-yard line at any rate, and the Penarth supporters calling for one last effort from their side. The hooker Greenslade to put into the shortened line out, and Howells comes away, but advantage given, and it's Turner who comes away. Turner still going strong. Bernard Williams with Ian Morgan alongside him. A return pass which was surely forward again, and so it was. Some fine moves ruined by the final pass because Ebbw Vale were clear of the Penarth defence then. And Penarth pack are feeling the pace a little now, and Ebbw Vale looking stronger every minute. Wintle into a gap, but it is dangerous because Gareth Davis collects, and a tackle at the same time. Arthur Lewis round the back of him very nicely indeed, and Barry Edwards backing up in support, but Arthur Lewis goes into touch on the far side on the 25. The referee looking at his watch. We've had 2 minutes of injury time, and the score 9-6 to Ebbw Vale. On the 25, Alan Jones, the Penarth captain. An awkward one for McLucas, who has to fall, and a chance there for Greenslade, nearly over in the corner. But play going down to the Penarth line, and the referee's whistle goes for no side, with the result Ebbw Vale winning by 3 tries, 9 points, to a penalty goal and a try, 6 points. A very gallant show by Penarth in the first half, but Ebbw Vale eventually showing their superiority and polish as the game reached its end.